Welcome back to more graphing using transformations in section 3.5. So this time we are going to do 1/2 times the square root of the quantity x plus 1. So first, let's write down our transformations. So by following the order of operations, so we don't get messed up like I showed us as possible in the last video, we would start by doing what's under the square root. So we've got a plus 1 under there, which is a horizontal shift left 1. And then the second thing we have is a vertical compression by a factor of 1/2. So our normal points on the square root are 0, 0, 1, 1, and 4, 2. We'll just stick with those. They make life easier for us. So let's follow the transformations here. So for our 0, 0 point, first we shift it left 1. And then we cut its value in half, the y value. So a y value was 0. If we multiply that by 1/2, it's still 0. If we take 1, 1, we move it left 1, and then we cut the y value in half. So the y value was 1, now it's going to be 1/2. If we do 4, 2, we move it left 1. Our y value is 2. If we cut 2 in half, that is 1. So now our curve goes about like this. So this is 1/2 square root of x plus 1. Now remember, you can always achieve the same thing by plotting points, but using the transformations is very much quicker. Okay, you should pause the video here and you should try to do example 3 and 4 on your own, and then restart the video and see if you got it right. So I'm going to move down to number 3 here, assuming that you paused the video, which remember, you really should be trying to do these on your own and then check and see where you went wrong. So let's highlight the transformations to start with. And by following the order of operations, remember the first one should be a horizontal shift. This one should go to the right too. The next thing should be a vertical stretch by a factor of 3. And the next thing should be a vertical shift, and this should go up 1. Okay, so since we're using x squared as our parent function, we'll use the points -2, 4, -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 4. And we'll just follow the transformations. So if we start at negative 2, 4, we move that point right to, then we stretch it by a factor of 3, so we multiply by 3. That gets us up to 12 on the y-axis, remember, because it was a vertical stretch. And then we have a vertical shift up 1. So about right here. For negative 1, 1, we go right to, stretch by a factor of 3, so multiply the y value by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. And then shift 1 more up. So that's right there. For the 0, 0 point, it is moved 2 to the right. 0 times 3 is 0, so we're not moving anywhere, but then we're shifting up 1. And because this is a quadratic, it has symmetry, so about the axis of symmetry, so we can just fill in the other points. And now we make our parabola. So I hope that went okay. Please remember, as you're watching these, if you have any questions, you should write them down on the notes, and then we can revisit them in class. All right, now let's look at example 4. So this time our transformations are a negative inside the function and a +2 outside. So our first one is a reflection across the y-axis this time. And the second one is a vertical shift up 2. So our points are negative 2, negative 8, negative 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 8. So we can do all of those points following the transformations. So first, we reflect across the y-axis, so that means it moves from the left side to the right side. And then we move that point up 2. So 1, 2. Same thing with negative 1, negative 1. We flip it across the x-axis and move it up 2. The 0, 0 point, when we reflect about the y-axis, doesn't move because it is on the y-axis. So then we just shift it up 2. Now you notice I put a point at 1, 1, and we already had a point there, so let's do its transformation. Flip it across the y-axis, and then move it up 2. And the same thing for positive 8. Flip it across the y-axis and move it up 2. And then you can draw the graph as best as you're able, which obviously mine are terrible. So that is negative x cubed plus 2. All right, I hope you get that down all right. In the next video, I will be going through that summary of graphing techniques and adding some things to that sheet to hopefully make more sense and help you out some.